me John, aka Nosey, and I am back for a brand new video review. Today is an independent comic book. This is actually my second review talking about a Britformers comic book. A good friend Nathan Webb, the person who does the Britformers comic books, he private messaged me and asked if I would be interested in having a look-see at a new comic book, give my 5 cents on it. If anybody is interested in this comic book, by the end of this, there is a Kickstarter that went live as of Friday just gone. The Kickstarter went live, so if you're interested, check out the description below this video, the link to the Kickstarter. Let's get into this. Let's have a look-see at what we're dealing with this brand new comic book, Britformers, the Phychons. Let's do it. Okay then, Britformers presents Phychons. Not everyone takes a side during war. MC and his crew of professional thieves saw the planet-wide war as an opportunity to enrich themselves. But in doing so, they cross paths with another criminal enterprise, a gang of criminals of an entirely different ilk. The Phychons are the very worst members of cyber society, sick and depraved murderers and torturers whose deactivating spree has run into the thousands. Now that a feud has ignited between the depraved Phychons and the thieves that will become known as the Britformers. Cryptid and his gang will go to any lengths, crossing star systems and taking millions of years to seek out revenge. Okay, so we start off then, the Phychons. We see on a planet here, and there is just nothing but devastation. There is, in these panels that you see, there is there is a lot of torture, there's melting bodies, there's all sorts of stuff, all the stuff that I love when it comes to certain media. The Phychons seem a really interesting bunch of misfits, I guess you can call them that. Just giving you a nice look-see at the art style. It's all in black and white at the moment. But yeah, just looking at these panels as they come across the screen now, it is just unreal. Just the level of detail in these panels, even though they are in black and white, irrespective of that, it is just so cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, this is a really fun comic book. I mean, what's not to love? You've got robots and then you've got dinosaurs. I mean, you've got actual prehistoric dinosaurs or animals in this as well, being slaughtered left, right and centre. It's really cool. I mean, this is certainly something that is going to pique people's imagination with, you've got actual dinosaurs, prehistoric life. You've got a lot of visiting different worlds, also getting involved with humans as well. It is a very interesting take on, obviously this comic book, of course, is kind of inspired by Transformers, but it's a totally different vibe, and obviously it's its own thing, of course, but it just takes nuances and inspiration from the Transformers, with them being transforming robots. But that's where the similarities end, because even though this is heavily inspired by Transformers, but yeah, it has its own identity, which is why I have a lot of respect for this comic strip and these comic books, these Britformer stories. It's just the panel artwork, as you see, as the images come along, it's absolutely incredible. Okay then, so let's take a look-see at some of the characters that are a part of this story, or part of the faction of the Phychons. So I've got like a little bio sheet sort of thing here, and the character design. So this is Dissecticon. He is team leader of the Phychons, and alt mode is Scorpion, of course. The buyer is Dissecticon takes great pleasure in dismembering his victims whilst they are still conscious, and he feeds off their fun, their pains. The next character is Parasite. That is a really cool name, actually. That is a really quite cool name. Parasite. Phychons faction. Function is intelligence gatherer. Alt mode is an earwig. Very interesting. This guy's bio is Parasite once got so strung out on electrons that he ripped his own face off. To say that he has an addictive personality is an understatement. The next is Pyrofly. Function is incendiary specialist, and Firefly is the alt mode. The buyer is selfish and arrogant. Pyrofly loves setting fire to his enemies. His cackling laugh can often be heard over the crackle of flames as he basks in the heat of his destruction. That's cool. The next one is Boroth. Function is subterranean construction. Alt mode is a ball weevil. The buyer is Boroth is an antisocial psychopath. He was working on a construction site and a cave-in caused the deactivation of several of his co-workers. It was later discovered that he initially caused the accident, although he's never explained why. Yeah, so these seem like really interesting characters. Okay, so the next panels now then, looks like we are now in ancient Egypt. So this is what's interesting about the Britformers. It's kind of split into stages. It's kind of like, multi-worlds, going back in ancient times, going back to like now, it's like back and forth kind of through time. So these next panels now, obviously it is set in ancient Egypt. See a lot of pharaohs, you see the whole mummification stuff going on, some slaves. So yeah, it's really cool. I really do love this comic book. It's got everything that I like. It's got dinosaurs, it's got ancient Egypt history. It's got robots destroying robots and just being a complete menace and just complete destruction. I mean, what's not to love, really? And then we have this shorter story at the end called Co-Conspiracy. So this is featuring more human characters, obviously military, of course, or possibly military, or they're in jail. By the looks of it, criminals. So yeah, this is a different side of it. We have because this is the interesting thing about Britformers. Obviously, it follows mostly like robotic characters, but it also kind of factors in like a world building sort of thing where you have actual humans that are also potentially criminals and bad people also getting featured in these stories as well. And there we have it. That is all the panels. I showed as much as I possibly could of what to expect. The art style seems very striking. Even though it's in black and white, you can see the amount of detail that is in these panels, the amount of destruction. I love the psychoticness of the Phychons. I just absolutely love them characters. They have like a lot of torture going on, and I'm a big fan of horror stuff that actually features that kind of thing where people have actually been tortured, like what you call torture horror. I am a bit of a big fan of that kind of stuff. So this really does hit the nail on the head. It really does hit the nail on the head for me because it has everything that I like. It has dinosaurs in it, as you see. There is dinosaurs in it. There is ancient Egypt. There's criminals, human criminals. There's robot action. There's these psychotic robots, the Phychons, just causing destruction wherever they go. What is not to love about that? So if you're a fan of independent comic books and you know of Nathan Webb, or even if you don't know about him, look him up. He is well known. As you can see, he's mostly known, my good friend Nathan Webb, he is known for the Britformers, which is obviously heavily inspired by Transformers. He takes nuances and inspiration from Transformers, as he is a Transformers fan. And this is his own unique spin on the Transformers thing. But yeah, it's a totally different world. It is not relating to Transformers whatsoever. It just takes nuances and inspiration from that as they are, transforming robots. But it basically is its own continuity. It's its own thing. It's a different vibe. It's much more of a mature story. As you can see as well, the brilliant Mr. John Paul Bove, he did the colour for the beautiful cover, the cover art, the cover for Britformers and the Phychons. This issue, this beautiful, full-coloured cover was done by John Paul Bove, who has worked on many official titles, Transformers titles, and many more. So if you're a fan of John Paul Bove and you also are aware of the Britformers by Nathan Webb, please check it out. Support this works. Check out the description below the video for the link to the Kickstarter. You can then back it if you so wish. The Kickstarter only went live this past Friday, just gone. Thank you so much. Link is in the description for the Kickstarter. Thank you to Nathan Webb for sending me this and letting me have a look and give my 5 cents on it, what I think of it. It is fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Let's have more of this. Let's have more from the Britformers. It seems like a really fun ride. Hope you enjoy it. Go and back it on the Kickstarter. Thank you, take care, and bye-bye for now.